INFP versus ENFP. Depth or passion? Picture two souls, born from the same inner fire, and yet so different. On one side, the INFP, like deep water, still on the surface, yet hiding entire worlds beneath. On the other, the ENFP, like wind in the treetops, impossible to contain, dancing across everything it touches. But what happens when these two forces collide? And more than that, are you really sure the INFP is always just depth and the ENFP only passion? By the end of this video, you'll discover why the lines aren't so clear, and perhaps you'll recognize yourself in both. Let's begin with the foundations. The INFP lives in depth. Their inner compass is introverted feeling, FI. Values, meaning, authenticity. Every decision flows through it. They are quiet guardians, preferring to dig deep before they act. Like a poet watching a sunset, searching for the message behind every shade of color. The ENFP instead lives in passion. Their dominant strength is extraverted intuition, NE. Endless possibilities, each one shining with potential. They are a creative volcano, sparking those around them with contagious energy. They live as if each day were a brand new adventure. Depth versus passion. Shadow versus flame. But here's the truth few ever see. Sometimes, these worlds overlap, and when they do, the result is surprising. An INFP often feels they're not spontaneous enough, that they lack the explosive energy of an ENFP. And yet, in a moment of creativity, maybe during a brainstorming session, a night with friends, or a sudden wave of inspiration, something remarkable happens. They let go. They begin to play, to draw, to improvise, to tell a story. And what comes out isn't shy nor restrained, but pure creative fire. People are stunned, and even they whisper, "I never knew I had this inside me." In those moments, the INFP breaks the silence and becomes living passion, a soul that, without preparation, can captivate like a volcano, a shadow that suddenly becomes flame. And the ENFP? Those who know them describe a whirlwind, always moving, always leaping into the new. But there are times when the storm falls quiet. Picture an ENFP in a late-night conversation with a close friend. The lights are low, the mood is still. Suddenly, the jokes fade, and a deeper voice comes forward. They speak of fears, of longing, of what truly matters. In that moment, they are no longer the fire that explodes, but the well that holds. Their fee, their inner world of feeling, rises with disarming sincerity. And those listening realize that behind all that energy lives a soul of breathtaking depth. Here's the secret. No one is only depth, and no one is only passion. INFPs and ENFPs oscillate. They shift, they transform, depending on what life brings. They are like two planets orbiting the same star, sometimes distant, sometimes close, yet always bound by the same inner gravity. And you? Have you ever felt more ENFP, explosive, volcanic, or more INFP, silent, profound? Tell your story in the comments. You might be the light someone else needs. This oscillation isn't random. It's written in their very design, in their cognitive functions. The INFP follows this path. FI, NE, SI, TE. First, inner feeling, then outward exploration. The ENFP follows this one: NEFI-TESI. First, the explosion of ideas, then inner reflection. Same functions, different order. Like two musicians holding the same instruments, but playing different songs. And when life pushes them, they can improvise on each other's themes. This oscillation isn't just theory, you live it every day, even if you don't notice. In relationships, the INFP might seem reserved in love, slow to express. But when they feel deeply touched, they may surprise with a passionate, overwhelming gesture, a sudden burst of fire. The ENFP brings joy, lightness, fun. But in deep intimacy, they can pause, look someone in the eyes, and offer a moment of breathtaking vulnerability. Stillness that feels almost INFP-like. In friendship, the INFP is the listener, the one who holds space silently. But when someone they love is hurt, they ignite, defending with unexpected passion and loyalty. The ENFP is the spark in every room, pulling friends into new adventures. But when they sense pain behind a smile, they stop everything and speak with a quiet empathy that feels deeply INFP. In work and creativity, an INFP aligned with a mission can go from quiet observer to inspired leader. Their inner fire becomes contagious, guiding others without needing the spotlight. An ENFP, usually scattered across many projects, finds focus when they're emotionally invested. They stop jumping, they dig, they reflect. They channel their energy with the calm determination of an INFP, refusing to skim the surface. In these moments, you don't see personality types. You see the full human spectrum, capable of holding the abyss and igniting the flame. And maybe, this very oscillation is where their true beauty lies. INFP and ENFP, depth and passion, shadow and flame, two sister souls, different, yet forever intertwined. And you, where do you find yourself? Are you the silence that guards or the fire that burns? Or maybe both, depending on what life places before you? Write in the comments, when do you feel more like an INFP and when more like an ENFP? But also, pause for this question. What if we stopped locking ourselves into a type and instead started noticing the moments when we shift? And what awakens those shifts with grace? Maybe your journey isn't about choosing one side, but learning how to dance between the two. Subscribe for more, because in our next journey, we'll explore another hidden dynamic. INFJ versus ENFJ, silent intuition or magnetic charisma. The MBTI journey has only just begun. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.